This video is kindly being sponsored by the amazing team over at Analyst Prep. Hit the link in the video description below to get 20% off all their CFA and FRM resources. Let's imagine you've worked hard at a hedge fund or an asset manager and you've managed to climb to the top of your field. You're now a portfolio manager, but what exactly does a portfolio manager do every day? What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is one of those videos where I do the research so you don't have to. As such, in this video, I'm going to touch on the hours, the day-to-day responsibilities, and everything that you need to know about a day in the life of a portfolio manager. If you want to find out about the generic role of a portfolio manager, check out this video. I've put timestamps in the video description below, so skip around if you're in a hurry. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe if you're new around here, and without any further ado, let's get straight to it. Alright, so the day typically starts at 6 AM. They might wake up and then go for a workout, or they might spend an hour or so reviewing research on the different asset classes, the different sectors, the different subsectors, or stocks, as well as catching up with what's gone on in the news overnight. And then around 8 AM, they might start paying attention to the real-time movements in the markets, especially the parts of the markets that they specifically cover, ahead of the market opening, ahead of trading for the day. And then they might typically attend a morning meeting with all the other traders, research analysts, portfolio managers, etc., to discuss all things sector updates and market movements from the previous day and overnight. Remember, markets are global, so when you're sleeping in London, Asia is wide awake. After the morning investment meeting, the PM will likely go to the cafeteria and grab herself or himself some breakfast and a coffee. After the morning meeting, the portfolio manager's diary for the day will typically consist of internal meetings with salespeople for client portfolio reviews that are coming up, i.e. preparation meetings, external client meetings to carry out portfolio reviews, basically updating clients on their portfolios and how they're performing, and letting them know why they're underperforming or why they are performing as expected, responding to emails, which takes a couple of hours, and last but not least, monitoring portfolios and markets throughout the day, as well as news and everything that's going on around the world. If they're away from their office or the desk, you'll catch them constantly checking their phones in case of any updates or emergencies regarding a portfolio or any of the portfolios that they specifically manage. 12 PM to 1 PM is typically lunchtime, which means popping outside or hitting up the cafeteria again for a nice hot meal. However, lunch is typically eaten on the desk whilst watching the news, reading emails, or checking up on the Bloomberg terminal. Other times, lunch might be included as part of a meeting with a client, or the portfolio manager might hit the gym during this time if they haven't gone to the gym earlier on in the morning, and then they'd leave for a quick lunch afterwards. Most, if not all, portfolio managers have the CFA, the Chartered Financial Analyst, and or the FRM, the Financial Risk Manager qualifications, since these are the most relevant qualifications to the world of portfolio management and essentially risk management out there. So if you want to work on the investing side within the world of asset management or fund management, do consider doing the CFA or the FRM as qualifications to pursue. On the topic of CFA and FRM, this brings me on to today's video sponsor, Analyst Prep. If you're currently studying for the CFA or the FRM, or you hope to do so in the future, you should definitely consider Analyst Prep as a dedicated resource to help you pass either qualification. They've got a ton of study notes, practice questions, resources, and mock exams and video lessons. They cover every chapter of FRM level 1 and 2 with over 93 hours of video lessons, as well as tons of similar resources to help you with each level of CFA. So this is the dashboard, and you can see how you're performing relative to other Analyst Prep users, and you can see your progress in each of the different topics. And then we've got the question bank. Here you can access questions specific to each topic, and there are lots and lots of different questions for each topic. And then we've got lots of different mock exams, which will always be useful for you. And then we've got a section dedicated to customizing your own quizzes. So if you feel like you want to create a quiz with X number of questions on a specific topic, Analyst Prep allow you to do that. And then we've got the chapter reading, so if you feel like you need to brush up on a few topics or chapters, those are all available in your account. And last but not least, they've got tons of high quality video lessons that will help you cement the key concepts and ideas in order to help you pass the exams. Analyst Prep have over 50,000 satisfied customers, and best of all, their products are cheaper than what you might get elsewhere in the marketplace for similar products. If you want a massive 20% off all their programs, hit the link in the video description below and use the code Afzal20 at checkout. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, so between 1 and 5 PM, the portfolio manager typically gets back to their to-do list, which once again consists of emails, portfolio reviews and monitoring, internal meetings, external client meetings, keeping an eye on markets, so on and so forth. Let's say they have a 2 PM client meeting that lasts an hour. They need to leave the office with the salesperson at 1:30 PM, catch a cab, go to the client's office for the meeting at 2 PM, PM. The meeting lasts an hour, sometimes 2. They then need to grab a cab and come back to the office, which by then it's like 4 PM. And before you know it, their day is almost over. Keep in mind, a portfolio manager can manage more than one portfolio. And also, there are tons of clients that the salespeople are covering across the different regions and across different sizes. So it's easy to see how a portfolio manager's day and time can easily be consumed and taken away from managing portfolios to constantly go into client meetings. This is why in some firms you have the portfolio managers and you have client portfolio managers, PMs and CPMs. When this is the case, the portfolio managers don't do many client meetings, whilst the client portfolio managers go to the meetings, and this allows them to kind of split the workload. Alright, so it's 5 to 6 PM now. It's getting close to the end of the day for the portfolio manager. They've had a long day of working with lots of different people, salespeople, research analysts, traders, etc, etc. And now they'll spend an hour or so reviewing their calendar for tomorrow, identifying what meetings they've got, getting any preparation done, responding to emails, wrapping up their work for the day, and then getting ready to leave. It's 6 to 7 PM. It's time to leave the office. All of the juniors are still at their desks working on Excel files and data or PowerPoint slides for upcoming meetings. The traders, the economists, and the researchers are getting ready to wrap up their days too, but they might be on calls with members of their team in the US, for example. The portfolio manager leaves the office and gets home to their family for some quality time. They'll keep an eye on the news, their phone, for any emergencies or updates regarding any of the portfolios that they manage. They'll constantly check their email, and before they sleep, they'll look at their phone one last time to see if there's anything they need to be made aware of. It's a long day with lots of stimulating work that revolves around markets and investing. Their hours are shorter than everyone else's because they've put in the years of hard graft to get to where they are today. However, shorter hours aren't always a luxury. After all, the more senior you become in any field, the more responsibility you're given. As a result, each of your decisions carries a lot of weight compared to someone who is a lot more junior than you. That's a typical day in the life of a portfolio manager. Are you surprised by anything that you've heard me mention today? Let me know in the comments below, and also if you've got any questions or opinions, let me know down below as well. If you made it this far in the video, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you haven't already. Last but not least, check out some of these videos for more on portfolio management, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.